Okay, good morning. Bit loud. Check 1, 2. Okay, who's here? Right, tell you what. Oh, hi Bart. How's it going? Scott, morning. Graham, hello. Hands are absolutely freezing this morning. Yeah, I'm really good. Just busy all the time, as usual. Busy with music. So what was I doing yesterday? There was loads going on yesterday. What did I do? I got it in my head to start doing a load of like Tom Quayle type legato exercises. So that was challenging to say the least. So that was what I was doing yesterday. What else did I do? I had to do my coach training as well, which was really insightful. Yeah, it's cold, Scott. Yeah. Warm up. Oh, we need to plug the thing in, don't we? That would help. That would help. Oh, got an octavator on. Right, what's happening here? Well, the picking's not too bad. That's it. Right, that's the picking done. We'll have to do the legato in a minute. Sorry, must be awful for you to hear. Picking's great today. It's just the rest of it. So tomorrow we'll finish our splurges, and then we're gonna have to start looking at. I know I promised to do that this week. We're gonna have to start looking at moving stuff on in the machine. and me disciplining myself and making sure I do my listening sessions. It's been an interesting few weeks, actually, hasn't it, in terms of making music? Is that I was doing a lot of electronic music, and I've taken a U-turn, and instead of primarily writing with synths and stuff like that, it's now guitar, and I think that's brilliant because it's just it's keeping it fresh for me. In fact, interestingly enough, there's a whole thing going on with me and playing guitar at the minute. So, I mean, obviously, I started my career as a guitarist, wanting to be a shred guitarist. I mean, my first ever guitar hero, who I really wanted to be, pre actually playing guitar. So you'd be talking like 7, 8 years old. Would have been J.K. Lee out of Aussie. But I didn't know the difference between a bass or a guitar. They were just all guitars then. And then, eventually 8 years old, I was starting, and then I got lessons, and I've never really listened to Judas Priest, to be fair. I was never a fan. And then I think Back to the Future, Michael J. Fox kind of solidified the thought in my head of actually becoming a professional musician. That was the thing that hooked the deal. Michael J. Fox. And then as the years went, Nirvana came out, and then slowly I just thought, oh, you know what, it's not that cool being a shredder. I'll have to do something else, and then I just got into writing songs, really, and producing for years. But I always played, just not as much as I do now. And then, slowly over the time that I've been in McRocklin and Hutch, it's kind of the guitar's eaten back into me. And now I'm fully in love with it. I just think it's the most amazing thing. It's like I've rediscovered my love. It does. So luckily I didn't, completely quit. I kept it going. I kept myself in some sort of shape. But just not doing really anything with it, to be fair. Hi Des, how are you doing? I haven't seen you about. Oh, you haven't been on this week till now, have you? I was thinking, like, where's Des? Should I email him? Because there's lots of guitar playing going on. So basically this channel, it relies on having you here as a quality control officer. So Des is the guitar quality control officer. He comes here, clipboard in hand, and makes sure that what I'm delivering is of a standard. Tuesday, you in bed? Well, I hope you're all right. I've had both my flu and COVID injection. I had mine yesterday. Kinda, yeah. So I was expecting to potentially get ill today. Yesterday, no, when was it? No, I had it Tuesday, didn't I? Today's Thursday, isn't it? Yeah, God, a few. So I was expecting to get. I thought I might get unwell, but it's been great. This batch. No illness, just a bit of a sore, bit of an achy arm. That's it. So, what was I saying? Yeah, so I fell back in love with guitar, and that's where we are today. And now that's kind of gone up another gear for now. Hence me building a template with lots of guitars in it, which I'm just having tons of fun with. That's been great. And also worrying. So just a mark on the top. Got some splashes there, One moment, guys. I'll just clean this top. Back in a second. There, right, just getting this top to look right. No, this way, no, that way. Pull at the back. There we go. Right, that's better. Yeah, I made, like, my thermos flask. I think the seal on it's gone, so I'm going to have to get a new one. Which is, what colour should I get? I know there's a red one. Should I get a red one for a change, or should I stick with black? There's a question. So, yeah, and then hence having a template. But I suppose, like, the thing that's going to be very, very interesting in this process for everybody to see is, now I'm using guitar as the focus to write music with, which is brilliant in a lot of ways and terrifying in others. One of the things that I think is really good is that when you're splurging, and I thought I was really good at this, right? So when you're splurging, right, one of the things I always tell everybody is, like, don't have any judgment on the quality, okay? It's just, do what you're doing and move on. It's just enough to basically have an opinion on it. We're just wanting to make something to have an opinion on later. Alright, Des, I'll sort it out. I turned it up the other day and then I've just realised actually it's I'll get the thing up now. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Oh, that's like right. Hold on. 1 2 1 2. That's better, isn't it? Right. See how we go with that. I think that should sound all right. Yeah. The master volume was right up for some reason. So yeah. So like one of the things that's really interesting. Is how I'm perceiving quality. Yeah, so here we go. Don't overthink. That's the major thing I'm trying to learn from your sessions. Don't overthink and move on, absolutely. So, playing guitar and writing with guitar has been very much really good practice for dialing that in for me. So, and I'm getting better and better at it, being able to let go. And sort of with the template I've got set up now, the really good thing about it is it's sort of a midpoint between sort of live looping and I suppose a really good, quick, intuitive writing tool, which is also really enjoyable. It's writing music feels much more like a game as well. So it's keeping me, really engaged. Like I can't wait. I open the template up when I'm practicing. Like I do everything with it now, which is great because I wouldn't do that. It would still, even though I'm quite quick at producing, opening up Ableton would feel like an event. Now it doesn't. It feels like practice, which is a really important thing that I'll just kind of part of my routine. I'll just open it up and kind of crack on, and then if an idea comes out, it's there. I can just start playing really. But a lot of my practice is done within this template as well. So it's working really, really well. And of course, because of the skill to challenge ratio, obviously must be really good for me because it's keeping me fully engaged in the sessions, and I'm wanting to come back and I'm wanting to work on different areas of my guitar playing. So it's having a massive effect on not just what I'm doing in the morning session, but on everything else. So in a lot of ways, doing it this way and kind of suddenly getting in my head to get the template up and start messing about with it out of nowhere, by the way, a couple of weeks ago, has had a really positive effect. It's been really, really good. And I think the other good thing about it is it means everything is now done in a morning session. It's not just like writing music, is it? It's like, I do have to start doing I don't have to, but like I've been wanting to do the social media posts. So what I'm able to do now is I can just basically go back to these live sessions because everything looks much better with this camera, and the setup's fairly presentable. So I can quickly just go back through my live videos, find the bits where I'm playing and I like what I'm doing, and it sounds okay, and I can just cut out that 10-15 second video, and I've got some content as well, which is really good. So I'm doing my writing and I'm doing my social media content, and then obviously there's the coaching side, coaching education side of this as well, which is another business I have, and it's supporting that. Oh, great, Pete! I'm glad you're enjoying the. Yeah, so I just wanted to think of a way, because fundamentally I'm lazy, so I've quickly been able to do everything. So, there was a couple of upgrades. So I've got a new Stream Deck. There's an 8-button one with a swipey pad. So these buttons, when I get round to it, will be assigned to like YouTube and Spotify and stuff. So if I want to do some jamming, I can control the volumes basically on there. So that's what's going to happen there. I can control the lights, so the two lights will probably get controlled off here as well. So that's really good. And then I got a foot controller, so we can do close up of the coffee. And then with my foot I can go to here. So that's another handy thing. So I got that, so just when I'm playing live, and if I'm thinking, all right, I'm in the moment here, I can switch to there, and there's one shot for my social media. Zoom out, there's another one, and I suppose I've got that one as well. People can see what's going on. So that's really handy as well, and I think that's pretty much everything that I can think of that I need to do, apart from like rip the whole studio down and completely rebuild it. This is where we're at with it. So I'm pleased. It feels like, okay, I've got everything right and it's looking okay. There isn't anything where I'm just like going, oh God, I need to sort this out now. We're all sorted there. Sorry, I'm rambling a bit here. But it's a really good review, this, about my guitar playing. So yes, the quality judgment. So I've been able to dial in. The practice has been just playing, right, and just letting it go and just going, that's good enough. All right. And as I always say, it's like going back to the days where I just have a tape recorder or a 4-track, right? It was never good. There was never a quality judgment there. I never thought about quality. I was just able to put something down, get excited about it, and then take it to the band, and then it would be in process. I suppose that's almost like your discovery and drafting sessions with the band, isn't it? And then you gig it, it goes into done, and I suppose gigging some things like the done, you're deciding on whether you're thinking about releasing this track or recording it or putting it on an album or an EP or whatever. And then you're in release, and I suppose releasing the day would be going back in the studio and then everybody recording their parts. So this is going to be a very, very similar process. But there's going to be all kinds of procrastination and weirdness going on with this psychologically. I know there is. So I was in the coaching group yesterday, and we had a really interesting discussion, and I thought I better just put it down. Let's see if I can remember it, because I'm a bit dyslexic. Sometimes I sit in rooms and I'm like, we started off, right, and there was this, let me see what it was. Yeah, so we started off, we had, there was this quote, and it was from Prince's book, like the last one, that he was writing before he unfortunately died. And the quote was, "An artist is always becoming, always imagining themselves into the future." And I'm going to put this in the chat. So I like this particularly. An artist is always becoming, always imagining themselves into the future. So this was particularly powerful to me, I thought, because this says a lot about like the way really that I approach music. Music is just never ever finished. We are always imagining a point in the future, but we actually never. It's impossible to get there because we're moving. Back to the Future, yeah. So the past is always informing the future. Like me just saying an artist is always becoming, always imagining themselves into the future. That's now informing my present. But there is no point that I'll ever arrive to. And I think where things fall down is that we imagine a fixed point that we can get to. So if you could imagine when we're making music, I just want to be like ex-guitarist, right? And then I'm sorted. I'll be happy. I want to get there. That's the goal, and that's a fixed point. Now, potentially, what we're talking about is one of the things that can cause problems is that we can avoid actually tackling the problems to get there. So, in other words, because there's potentially a fear of death. All right. So I know this is a bit weird, but if we fix all of our problems, kind of at that point, that's when we end. Our lives are over, and when we are our true selves is when we are. That's it. We're gone. There's nothing more to do, and it's also the point where we don't have any problems. So it's almost like a death fear, and potentially what this can do is we'll have a problem. So my problem at the minute, right, because I'm definitely not problem free, right, and this is why I'm a coach, because like I'm a coach because I'm coaching other people and I'm solving my own problems, which is far more interesting than just like doing, although I guitar teach, right, it's not as exciting as coaching to me, because coaching's about being dynamic. It's about coming up with solutions, right? It's not so much I've got these skills and I'm going to install them, all right? It's more about, facilitating the skills that people have got in the way that they want to do that. And obviously, fear is a big part of this. And sometimes we don't want to fix our problems because we don't necessarily want to get to that end point, because it's that fear of death. So what we tend to do is we can get stuck on a problem, and because we become then used to that problem and happy to live with that problem, we'll just stay there. So a really good example is me splurging. I'm really happy splurging at the minute. So I absolutely love it, right? And I know I'm going to have to go into discovery, and I know I'm going to have to face, right, a lot of stuff that's going to come along. Now, I mean, all the problems I've thought about, okay, I haven't had them yet. But like on the listening sessions, stuff I've put down, are things obviously I can do, and it's things I can solve. But at the end of the day, it's that call to action at the end of it, and that end point. It's probably a slight fear to get to, because I know I can get to that point, and I don't know what is after that, because in our minds we think it's fixed. But an artist is always becoming and always imagining themselves into the future. That fixed point doesn't exist. It's going to move as well. So by the time I get anywhere near it, it'll have shifted and I'll be somewhere else. This is the theory. This is what I'm hoping. So I hope that makes sense. And I'm probably not as explaining it as well. But that's sort of really, what I got from that. And I know I did briefly talk about fear before, but I think this is one of the things. So what we talked about, how that particular fear manifests itself, and it's particularly prominent, is in the final moments of finishing music. Okay, so in that release stage, that's when we can come up with, we know they're a big, right? So what will tend to happen, right? And this is the beauty of doing like the turbo release thing. Okay. Now, if you don't know what turbo release is, this is where I might collect a load of tracks, right, and I'll speed mix them. But the trick is, right, you have to deal with the biggest problems first, right? When we tend to just mix a track, a lot of the time, people just go for the smaller detail things. And that's part of that, is this procrastination of just doing the small details and not going for the bigger things. Because, you know, if you're doing the bigger things, it's going to move you closer towards that point, that fixed point. So we tend to go for the smaller things first. So when you're doing like the turbo release stuff, you have to go for the bigger stuff and the very, very quick sessions. So you'll just pick like 3 big things on your list, and then you'll just do those, and then you move to the next track and do those, and then you cycle around them. You'll go back to the beginning, and start with the first track that you were mixing, and you'll go through again till basically there's nothing left on your list, and then they're all technically at that point done. But yes, but what we tend to do is go for the smaller things first and then live with those problems, because we can live there, and you know, we're not moving too quickly to the fixed point of future, which doesn't exist. I hope that makes sense. But yes, Scott, back to the future. That's it. But it was an interesting chat. I'll just check my notes, because there was some other things. Yeah, so yeah, it's solving problems, fear of death, because it's moving towards the end. So I hope that's not too morbid. And then the other thing was just really, it's just becoming you, and just to reinforce everything that I've said before I start kind of messing on with guitars. Makes sense, good Scott. It's just hard, like at this time in the morning, trying to get my thoughts out can be quite difficult, you know. And then the other thing is, you know, when we're making music and we're disappointed with what we're making, right? You know, none of that music necessarily is us. Well, this is another thing I've got to remember. So we have to make, you know, there's also the fear of making stupid music. Well, the fact of the matter is you're going to have to make the stupid music, right? To actually get to the because making stupid, or what you perceive as crap music, okay, is the intention, isn't it? It's the intention of moving towards something that you do want to become. And that's another thing I've got to remember. Right. Does this guitar look alright with this top? Is it too dark, do you think? Well, just get that planting dialed in. For anybody who, you can't really see. Just when I'm mentioning planting, all it is I'm playing and then stopping the string with a pick on an upstroke. Just stops the wild picking action. Right, let's have a look. See what we've got. Might be an idea to tune though. I didn't do that last time. Oops. I will pick some drums. What have we got? Sounds quite good. That's a mad sound, that. Alright, some stuff in the chat. Alright. Oh, right, nice chords, Des, that's good. Right, mic's still hot. can't do the split. Can't do the splits. Right, well, I think I'm about done with that. So I think another thing I need to do is just set a gate up on my mic on the master. Sorry, not a gate, side chain. Let's have a look. I think I'll do that now. And I'll do it later. Right, so we've got some stuff in the chat. Beautiful. Alright. Beautiful mellow track. Thank you, Bart. Nice chords from Des. Brilliant. Can you suggest some songs to practice tremolo? Just practice tremolo picking. So again, it's like pick planting. So the trick is keeping the pick close to the string. So the best way to do this is play a downstroke and then try and stop the note with an upstroke. Which is probably the best way to do it. So Richie, do you sell your music to ads, TV? Yes, actually, yeah. So I have publishing. I have like tons, like literally hundreds of tracks with a publisher. So my publisher is Peer Music, and every year I get a massive list of stuff that I'm on. Now I haven't done any adverts because I'd be rich. But I'm on tons of radio stations all over the world, loads of stuff on television. I've had about, I'd say in double figures now for Geordie Shore. I've had stuff on the adult channel. I've had stuff on the Animal Kingdom. I've done a series of girls stuff, boys stuff. That was good. That was licensing though. That was good money. And I did girl stuff, boys stuff. Girl stuff, boys stuff was another thing I did. And I did the music for 2 full series back in the day. But yeah, so my publisher before Peer Music, they kind of decided to shut shop, and all of my back catalogue went to Peer Music, which is an international company, really big, and they do get the back catalogue working for me. So in that regards, I'm lucky, but I am out of publishing as of yet. However, I am looking into publishing again, which means that'll change a few things. So that's where we're up to really with that. Is the Quantum a good audio interface? The Quantum's an excellent audio interface, so I really like what Quantum do because they're focusing on sort of low latency. So for us guitar players, especially if you're a bit, a latency snob like myself, then the Quantum's really good. Oh, and Des, right, that's good. Fluid technique. Thank you, Des. I've been working on it. I've been doing some Tom Quayle stuff actually, just yesterday. And I just realised what a beginner I am. REM are really good interfaces, aren't they? It's not going to be a hybrid picking day today, I can tell. Or maybe. It's easy descending, going up's hard. Anyway, old Fireface. Yeah, so yeah, maybe time for an upgrade, Stallion. But yes, the Quantum's good. I mean, me and Thomas did a swap, so he's got my one, I've got his one, because he needed more input. So his is the Quantum 2626 is the one to get. Just noodling away there. Oh God, look at the time. It's 7:24. So I'm gonna have to go now, guys. So we've got today's Thursday, so I'll be on again live tomorrow morning. But I think this time I'm gonna have to move a lot quicker with what I'm doing. So I'm thinking I'm gonna be working on the lines of a multi-splurge. These are very interesting things. So we'll have to do a multi-splurge, which means I'm just going to splurge multiple ideas using the same drums in the same project. I mean, obviously I'll do different drum patterns, but it'll be timed, and we'll see where we end up on the multi-splurge, because usually good stuff happens. So I'll put in like different tempos into the project, and then we'll just see what happens. The multi-splurge. Okay, and then hopefully we'll do a multi-splurge, and then we'll get on to doing another splurge after that. But I'll do times. I'll time them because on the Stream Deck I've actually got a timer, which is good. I can push that, and it's got a nice loud beep, so I can hear it. But I'll also put the timer on for you guys there, so you can see the countdown. So we'll race against the clock, and I'll try not to like talk as much. Okay, well, I'll see you all tomorrow. All right then, bye.